Hey there, what's up you guys? It's me, your boy JD, and welcome back to the channel. And for today's episode, we do have a performance review on my 4.4 find, and it is the Nike Renew Elevate. So alright, before we begin talking about the sneaker, I'd like to invite you guys to please do subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated with all these kinds of finds, pasabay pages, budget deals, and everything like that. And I'll see you guys outside. Hey guys, what's up? So we're going to be talking about the traction portion. So if you guys are wondering why I am doing it handheld, is number one because I left the tripod for the gimbal, so now I'm doing this handheld. So anyways guys, let's talk about the traction portion really quick. So as you guys can see on the clip, it's these diamonds that's sectioned all throughout the outsole, but at the same time you do have that big diamond on the ball of your foot, which is where all the pressure, all the weight of your body is going to be in, especially when you're moving around. That's where the pressure point is going to be. Your stopping power is going to be on that pressure point. So how does it feel overall? So with this kind of traction setup, it does feel grippy, especially in this kind of setup, in this asphalt court. This is very dusty and everything. Of course, I was slipping a little bit on the areas where there's a lot of dust and a lot of sand, but on the areas that there's none, it's very, very grippy. So I could definitely say that if this was on a wooden court or yung tabladong outdoor court or the ones that are finely cemented, it's going to be a nice setup. It's gonna have that grip that you guys are looking for. So yeah, so in terms of durability, I think that the durability of the shoe is also good, especially that I'm playing in this kind of court. So I feel like the setup is gonna be durable, something that's gonna last you longer than what you would expect. So if you guys are looking for a sneaker that's durable, something that might last you long, you guys might want to check out the Nike Renew Elevate. Also, as you guys can see on the clip, even if I'm doing the Euro steps, all these different kinds of movements with the sneaker, I feel like I'm very secure, especially in that traction portion. So anyways guys, let's get into the cushion setup. So alright, now that we're done talking about the traction, let's go ahead and talk about the cushion setup, which is for me the best feature on this sneaker. And the reason for that is because it's like playing on pillows. As you guys can see, it's way different than the Nike KD Trade 8, which only has one layer of cushion setup, which is just basically Renew. Now, if you guys are wondering, like what I mentioned, I made a mistake on my initial impressions that I said that there is a dual Renew. The white part on the cushion setup is just Renew as well. But I think I was wrong because I checked it out on the website and they say that this is a dual layered cushion setup. So as you guys can see on the clip, that gray part is actually the Renew and the white part is some basic foam that Nike doesn't have a brand for. But here's the thing, it's really, really plush. It's really, really soft. It has all the impact protection that you want, but at the same time, it also has the responsiveness that you want as well. So I don't know, man, it's like playing on pillows. So for me, I have this theory that I feel like this white part, I feel like it's Renew or React before it was branded into Renew or React, because as you guys can see on the clip on the bottom of the shoe where the foam is exposed, it does have the Renew React branding. So I feel like before it was injected with whatever materials that they used or foam or chemicals that they injected on the foam before it became Renew React, I feel like that this is it. And because of that, the cushion setup is a very, very balanced setup. Again, like what I mentioned, it is very absorbent, it's very, very plush. It also has the responsiveness you want, and at the same time it does thin out on the forefoot area. As you guys can see on the forefoot area, you only have the Renew, which allows for a lot of court feel, which is something that I do like since I like court feel on the ball of my foot. Now, with that being said, if you guys are a cushion guy and you are running on a budget, you guys might want to check this out. Link is going to be down in the description box for the Zalora page. But again guys, this is a shoe that you guys want to try if you are a cushion person. So now let's talk about the uppers material, which is something that when you see it and when you feel it on your hand, you know that it is a budget model. Although I'm not that disappointed because again, this is a budget model, but with the way it performs, it's not that bad. So let's talk about the materials that they used first. So as you guys can see on the clip, there is a lot of fuse there, especially on the lace area so that it doesn't rip when you yank on the laces. At the same time, you guys can see the swoosh on both lateral and medial sides are fuse, and you have that little fuse area on your toe area so that when you do toe drags, it won't damage the materials. So again, the materials basically for the whole shoe is this open cell mesh, and on top of that is this really, really thin mesh again. But with that, and since the materials are very thin, it is very breathable. It allows a lot of forefoot flex. So even though it is a budget model, it does perform very, very well. Now, in terms of how it feels, it's meh. Pwede na. Like you can just go, you can basically just enjoy the shoe because it does make the shoe lighter. Even though it is a mid-cut, it doesn't feel that heavy, especially that they use a lot of materials on the cushion setup. And bumawi sila. Basically, they made up for how thin the materials are on the upper so that the shoe would still be light. So yeah. So now that we're done talking about the uppers material, let's talk about the fit support and the lockdown. So for the fit, my suggestion is just go true to size. But as you guys can see on the clip, I was wearing the ankle brace on my left foot because of my ankle injury. But with that being said, I still went size 8 on these guys. On my right foot, it fits perfectly well. On my left, it's a little bit tight, especially on the ankle and upper portion here. And that's only because of the ankle brace. But when it came to the forefoot area and a little bit on the middle of my foot, it does its job very, very well. So it's pretty much okay. And my suggestion is, if you guys are wearing ankle braces, my suggestion is probably go up half a size so that it would fit a little bit better. But they didn't have 8.5 when I copped these, so I just went with size 8. I'm very, very okay with it. So yeah. Now let's talk about the support. So overall, the support on the shoe, again, it is a mid-cut, so it will give you that peripheral feeling or that feeling on your head that it's a mid-cut, so your ankles are pretty much protected. But with the support on the shoe, overall with the materials, it's kind of just okay. So as you guys can see, there is a large outrigger here on the lateral area. So when you're doing jab steps or Euro steps, you're pretty much covered. You won't roll your ankles, so you're okay with that. And then you also have the fused material of the swoosh, which also acts as a little bit of a support material for lateral containment. And at the same time, you do have this portion here, which allows a little bit of lateral containment as well, so that you don't burst out of the sneaker when you do lateral stops or you do quick stops here and there. So you're pretty much good also. And you also have that curved shape here on the medial area, so that for the arc of your foot, even though if you are flat-footed, it's pretty much okay and does contain your foot very well into the sneaker. Again, at the same time, you don't have that much ankle padding. So again, it is a budget model, so don't expect a lot on it. But with that being said, it's pretty much okay. The heel to toe transition is very, very good as well. You've got that very, very good curve right here, and at the same time you have this upward, little bit off the ground feeling. So your heel to toe transition is pretty much covered. Now let's talk about the lockdown. So for the lockdown, like what I mentioned, you do have those lateral and medial containment system from the outsole, and at the same time, all you have to do is yank on the laces. And something that I do really like is that it didn't untie on its own, even though they used cheap materials on the laces. So that pretty much takes care of it for the fit support and the lockdown. Now let's talk about the aesthetics. I do like the way the shoe looks, just particularly not this colorway. It's just that this was the one that had so much deals on it. So basically what happened was it had a discount, may discount siya, and they also had another discount. So I placed another coupon or discount code on top of it, and it became, from its original price, I think of like 3.5, it dropped down to like 1.5, which is such a steal deal, especially on a 4.4 sale. So I was able to cop this, but like what I mentioned on the initial impressions, that was the colorway that I wanted. So yeah, but it's okay. I mean, it performs really well. So overall, what do I think about the sneaker? If you guys are a cushion guy and you like durability in your traction, and at the same time just want a really, really good sneaker, bang for your buck, I think the Nike Renew Elevate is a bang for your buck sneaker. I think it's way better than the Flytraps. I think it's way better than the Witness Force, and I think it's tons better than the KD Tray line. But I'm not yet sure about the KD Tray 9 because the KD Tray 9 does have the 4-foot zoom. So let's just see once we do a performance review on that. So anyways guys, this was your boy JD. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, please do subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated. If you guys are interested in the sneaker, link is going to be down in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode.